All righty, we're going to go ahead and get rolling this afternoon. Well, it's afternoon where we are. Could be morning where some folks are watching. We are Adam and Beth Katz here at our office in Wilmington, North Carolina, and proud members of the Alliance. And happy to be talking to you this afternoon. Excited to share our business opportunity with you and just share some information. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to share some information over the next 45 minutes or so. And, the ground rules are this. If it makes sense, we're going to keep the conversation going, okay? And if it doesn't make any sense, well, I'm sure we've done worse things for 45 minutes than watching us. So if that's kind of the ground rules we got. Like I said, we live here in Wilmington, North Carolina, and we are getting used to the new normal like everybody else is getting used to the new normal. Crazy times that we're living in. But through the leadership of our CEO Andy Albright, we're thriving. Whereas other people are ducking and hiding, and other people are just trying to survive. The Alliance is alive and well and thriving as a company, and we are in massive expansion mode right now because it's better than ever, amazingly enough. So we're excited to be talking to you today. Just to kind of get things kicked off a little bit about our background. Beth, why don't you kind of tell everybody where we kind of came from and how we came to be here at this moment with this crazy opportunity.
So Adam and I, our background is education. Adam taught 7th grade social studies. I taught high school Latin and English. And, when we graduated from college and we were ready to change the world through the classroom, we were going to make a difference. We were going to make an impact, which was all great until we started getting the non-existent paychecks. and suddenly when you can't survive yourself, it's hard to have enough to give to go out and impact somebody else. And so we were young, the newlyweds, we were just full of hope and expectation, and then suddenly we weren't. And we quickly found ourselves losing that passion. And then we met Andy and Jane Albright, President and CEO of the Alliance. And this was actually even before the Alliance started, but Andy and Jane, they had a vision for life. They lived with hope, with a belief that there was a system out there that would allow us to truly impact people's lives. So when Andy started the Alliance, he said, "Hey, Bo, get your insurance license." Adam went and got it. We weren't sure what we were in for, but we knew the heart of Andy and Jane, and we're like, this is a vision we can follow. And then insurance pays. Like, we get paid to really make a difference in people's lives, and we're flat fired up. Being in the Alliance is the best decision we've ever made for our family.
Oh, absolutely. We were broke as school teachers, but we weren't broke-minded. We knew there was a better way out there. We knew we knew how other people lived, and we believed that we could live like that too. We watched movies and TV, and we knew people who lived nice lifestyles, and they got to travel and they got to do all. And it's just like, what do they have that we don't have? And it was just a matter of becoming the person to take advantage of the opportunities that we had. And so, to live the lifestyle we have today is just crazy. To go from vacations for us for timeshare presentations because they were basically free, and it was someplace to get away and we could pretend like we were actually doing something fun. To today, we take these once in a lifetime, all expense paid trips all over the world. I mean, Beth, where are some of the favorite places we've been able to go together?
Oh my gosh. Well, our favorite is Alaska, but we've been to Fiji. And we have school teachers from Harnett County, North Carolina, have been to Fiji.
Paul Roberts says it's Fiji.
Fiji, that's true. That is true. We've been all the Caribbean islands. We've been to Europe. We've kind of like 12 times or something. It is crazy the number of times our passport gets stamped.
And to be able to travel with our best friends, and again, all expense paid. I'm just telling you guys, steaks taste meatier when somebody else is paying for it. And so, I mean, and these are these are places as school teachers we would have never had the opportunity to go, and we've been able to pass those opportunities on to our children as well. Our three kids they've had unbelievable opportunities because of this, where they've been to Europe multiple times and have traveled the world themselves because we had the ability to pay for it. We had the ability to let them do those things. So, so the travel's been unbelievable. How about housing? We went from living in an 800 square foot townhouse that we actually somehow managed to get 3 mortgages on an 800 square foot townhouse. We were quite the overachievers financially. And today we're living in your dream house, and we have for the last going on 13 years now.
Crazy. It's crazy. The day Adam came to me and said, hey, write down what you want in your dream house, because one day you're going to have it. And so now we're in a house that's almost 5,000 square feet. It backs up to the Intercoastal here in Wilmington, North Carolina, right to each area. We can look from the dock in our neighborhood and see the hotel that we spent our honeymoon night in. It's just cool. Our kids get to have the opportunities of living in that lifestyle, that house. Friends want to come over. It has created that family environment that I wanted. It would attract people to.
Yeah, and guys, I don't know what it is that gets your motor running. Maybe it's giving money away. It's pretty cool. There are ministries that we love and we support, people who have impacted our lives, people that Andy Albright has put us in touch with, and opportunities to see changes in the world and to have their financial resources. We've been able to give away more money to these charities than we used to take home in a year as school teachers. And so, it's just being able to breathe. It's being able to buy back your life. It's being able to take control of your time and your money. And that's really what lifestyle is all about. And we have a system in place now that allows us to duplicate it. And Andy Albright has spent the last 18 years perfecting the Alliance model. And that's what we're sharing with you now. So what is the Alliance? We are a marketing organization. We specialize in life insurance and annuities. We do health matching accounts. We do debt resolution. And we do whatever else Andy Albright, decides he wants to incorporate into our infrastructure. And basically what it is this. We have the ability to go out there and change people's lives, give people peace of mind, and make a nice living doing it. The way it works is this. We partnered up with companies like Mutual of Omaha is one of the big name ones. We actually have 20 different companies that we are partnered up with. And they pay you commission every time you help go protect the families. And the other part of the opportunity is you can actually build an agency where it's not all dependent on just you for the rest of your life, but you can build an agency. And that really takes the lid off your opportunity. Now you're no longer limited to your time and the amount of hours in a day just that you can handle. Now you can expand out and duplicate yourself and make as much money as you want to make. Really, the only thing limiting you is your imagination and the number of people you're willing to go out there and help. So we're excited about the opportunity and where we are and where we're going as a company. Andy is putting more and more things in our more arrows in our quiver, more clubs in our bag, that gives us more tools to be able to go out there and be the full service financial stop for the clients that we work with. So what is the opportunity? Basically, the opportunity, we work with a couple main markets, and then we have the side markets on top of that. But the main markets are this. We work with people who have had a life event, people who bought a house, people who got married, people who had a baby. These are times in people's lives where they realize, you know what? I have more liability, I have more responsibility, I better get more protection in place. So that's one group we work with. We also work with baby boomers, people born between 1946 and 1964, 78 million of them across the United States. They have combined assets of $30 trillion, trillion with a T. And today, more than ever, they are aware of their mortality. With all the stuff going on, there's a virus. People, where's McAfee when you need him? Where's all the virus protection out there? And I mean, it's funny. I mean, the virus is not funny. What's going on in our country is not funny. What's funny is all the memes that have come out of this. There's been some pretty good stuff there. But but the opportunity, right now, the opportunity to give these folks, people who have created lifestyle for this country, the opportunity to give them peace of mind and protection is really unbelievable. With all the gloom and doom in the news and all of those kind of things, people know they there's a limit, and we are essential personnel. All these states are saying shelter at home and do not go to work and things like that. But in the insurance industry, the life insurance industry, we are deemed essential. We're labeled essential, and we're able to continue to go out there and help protect these families. And due to Andy Albright's innovation and the great leaders of the Alliance, we have figured out ways of doing it very safely and very securely. And we're doing a lot of business now just helping families on the phone. But we are getting bombarded with people filling out forms either through direct mail or hitting us up through social media, asking for help. They want coverage, and they know in today's time it's more important than ever to get this protection in place. And there is such a sense of urgency. We have a sense of urgency to make sure that no family out there that desires this protection gets the protection that they want and that they deserve to have. So the opportunity is, now more than ever is limitless in terms of people out there that are seeking our help. So what we need is this: we need people who, I've heard Andy talk about this. They need to be ambitious. They need to have a strong work ethic, and they need to be coachable. Those are boxes that need to be checked. And if you're that kind of person, if you check those boxes, then this might be, you might be able to help us on our mission to protect America and to go out there on our war on poverty, where we're going to go out there and we're going to have fun, we're going to make money, and we're going to make a difference. Okay. So I mentioned Mutual of Omaha. I work with 20 different companies. Here's what I'll tell you about them. They're all billion-dollar companies. They're A-rated carriers. They're people we're proud to have as business partners. And what they've told us at this point is this: we're full speed ahead. Bring us all the business you can bring us. Go out there and protect families. We will take it. We got plenty of money to protect them. We got plenty of money to pay your commissions. We're not changing our business model at all because of the things going on out there. We've heard of other insurance companies not connected to us that are changing their regulations and changing their underwriting, that they're no longer even taking people for immediate coverage, because of what's going on with the COVID-19 and all of that craziness going on out there. So we believe we're in the right place at the right time and ready to make a difference with the right people. So how do we do it? The way we do it is similar to a lot of the top companies in the country. What makes businesses successful is the ability to duplicate what they've done. So how do you duplicate what you've done? Well, you have to have an easy-to-follow process. And Andy Albright and the leaders of the Alliance have put together a system that is second to none in terms of how we operate and the way we can coach and train agents to go out there and be the most effective and efficient that they want to be. So, Beth, why don't you tell us a little bit about our systems in place?
Sure. Our system starts with our playbook. And I love that we're bold enough to put on a single sheet of paper who we are, what we do, why we do it. So why does the Alliance exist? We said we exist to get a piece of the pie. Prosperity, inspiration, eternity. Prosperity, financial success. Inspiration, giving hope to people. Eternity, knowing that what you've done with your life has made a difference in somebody else's life. We've got our 8 core values: excellence, service, integrity, accountability, respect. My favorites: compassion, community. My all-time favorite: gratitude. Remember where you came from and being thankful for what you got. So that's our playbook. Then Andy Albright, President CEO, he's written some books that kind of help guide us through the system. First is the 8 steps to success. And this is like if success is locked in a safe and you need to get it out, here's the combination. Here's 8 things you need to do. And I'll give you a heads up. One of them is work. So sorry about that. But good, creating great lifestyle, creating great influence is going to involve some work. And then we've got our Millionaire Maker Manual. We call it our green book because it's green and money's green, and that's a good thing. And this is just our step-by-step, everything you need to do, soup to nuts, to make sure that you create a strong seven-figure income. You know, this is a lot of work. We call it a manual because it's something you're going to keep referring back to. But Andy put down in a book every single thing he's done to create the lifestyle and the alliance, and it's there for you too. His third book, probably my favorite, is Inside the Circle of You. There are a lot of things in life that we can't control, but the thing we can control is our attitude and our action. And so that's about digging into what you can do and making a difference in your life. And our last book is our House of Values and Behaviors. And this simply takes those core values, those core behaviors, and says, here's how, as the Alliance, we're going to implement them day in, day out to make other people's lives better. We have our own online university, Alliance University. So, like, you know, our kids are in college and they're now all online. Well, everything you need to know for the Alliance is online too. And you can just plug and play, sitting there in your pajamas, find out what you need to know. We have hotspots. Now, today is a virtual hotspot. This is a little different for us. But we are designed. We are across the country, in every state. We've got leadership. We've got people that are right there that you can rub elbows with, like safely, of course.
Safely.
You know, 6 feet away.
Social distance.
But we've got a source of contact. And I think this COVID virus has proven just how unified the Alliance is, that all across the country, everybody's saying, we're adapting. Here's the change I've made. It worked. And they're like, well, I tried this, it didn't work. All right, so I won't try that. So we've just got like the communication is just phenomenal right now, because we are a one team across the country making a difference. Adam mentioned leads, that we've got people who are begging us to come help them. They're mailing stuff into us and saying come, whether it's actually come to my house because I ain't scared, or whether it's, hey, just talk to me on the phone and help me like you would if you were sitting across the table from me. And we're doing that. We've got social media leads that they're coming to us so fast that the person is online submitting a request, and in 1 minute we're on the phone saying, I'm here to help. And I love that. We have our activity book, and basically it just says that there's work involved. And if you'll put in the work and you'll let us know how you're working, we can help coach you to get better so that you can get the success that you're wanting for your business. And then we have our Alliance training manual, which is simply, how the heck am I going to talk to these people who say they need insurance? And we've got step-by-step how to get you through that process so that you can go out and really make a difference in somebody else's life. And the last piece of our system, well, that does involve the cha-ching. So, Adam?
All right, so money. Yeah, that's making a difference, and we have fun talking to people. How do we make money? Okay, so what I love about the way we're structured is this. We have, we call it our agent levels chart, and it is it is the most level playing field in the business world that you'll ever see. You know why we say that is because of this. Here's what it doesn't ask. It doesn't ask who your daddy was. It doesn't ask where you went to school or if you went to school. It doesn't ask how old you are or how young you are, how tall you are, how big you are. It doesn't ask it doesn't ask your ethnic background, your race, your religion. It doesn't ask your race. It doesn't ask your political beliefs. We don't even have to like you and we're going to promote you. How about that? Because here's what it asks. It asks, did you do the work? It's not a moving target. You know exactly what you need to do to go from our starting contract of a 55% contract all the way up to our top contract of 120%. Okay? And you can skip levels. You can go as fast as you want to go. And there's no limit to how high you can go and how fast you can get there. And what I love about it is this. If you miss a promotion, if I miss a promotion, it's because I missed a promotion. It's not because the rules got changed or anything like that. But the good news is this. All I got to do is have a pep talk with the person in the mirror, that'd be me, and go out there, reset my goals for the next 60 days and go after my next promotion. And so it's on me how fast I build my business and how big I get in my business. The other thing that I will mention about our levels chart is this. We have the glow bonus. And this is something that Andy Albright has invested multiple dollars into to give us to put us in a position. And this is something only the Alliance has in this industry. There is nobody else who has this. Nobody else will duplicate it because nobody else believes in their people like Andy Albright believes in his people. Nobody else is willing to invest to create an infrastructure that will support a glow bonus. So what is a glow bonus? It's generational level override, loyalty override. And here's what it does. It guarantees that when you hit the 85 contract level, you will always be paid for the fruits of your labor. And nobody else can do that. Nobody else can say, hey, you hired somebody that's more ambitious. You hired somebody that's hard charging. You hired somebody that moved faster than you, so you don't get paid on them anymore. Okay. With the glow bonus, it guarantees that you will always be paid on the business you brought to the table. And that no matter, so now you're encouraged to build faster. Now you're encouraged to hire, hard charging people. If you're going to build a business, who do you want to build it with? Do you want to build it with the cream of the crop? You want to build it with the most ambitious, hard-charging, high-level type people, or you want to go with slow people, no real ambition level, don't want to get a whole lot done. That way, you make sure that they never build bigger than you. No, you want to go with you want to get the highest leverage you can get, and with the glow bonuses, it guarantees that. And like I said, Andy has put us in a position to have things that nobody else has. Okay, so how does it work? Here's how the money works. You go out and you protect a family. On average, the average plan that a family is going to pick with us is about $100 a month. Okay, and I don't know if you're thinking that's a lot of money or a little bit of money. Let me just give you some perspective on that, though. Think about how many people they're paying more than $100 a month for their cable TV package. Okay, how about their cell phone bill? Ooh. Is that more than? So, I mean, it's really $100 a month. People are investing that, they're spending it in places. It's just priorities. And so, across the country, if we average it all out, it'd be about $100 a month. So the way the insurance companies figure it is this. So we will help protect the family, fill out the application, and today we're doing it more online and on the phone than we've ever done before. Okay, because we have adjusted to current environment. Okay, and that's what I love. And the people that I'm going to introduce you to in a few minutes, they have adjusted to this new environment faster than anybody else in my organization. That's why I've asked them to join us today. But basically, the way it works is this: the insurance company is going to pay you on average 5 times whatever the monthly premium that the person is paying. So if your client is paying $100 a month, 5 times that, you're going to make on average about $500 for commission for that specific sale. Okay, that's on the starting contract. If you go higher up on the scales, if you move up, then you get a higher percentage, and it'll be even more money than that. Okay, the way the override system works. Okay, so we say we sell, recruit, and build. We do one thing. So recruit and build, one thing. Okay, and so that's the sales. You go out, you protect families, or you're on the phone, you're protecting families. The recruiting part is hiring other agents to help in our mission. Okay, and so we're out there. We're looking for more people that have the same values we have, that fall into the core values that the Alliance represents, and that go out there and want to make a difference in other people's lives. And so you recruit them, and then the building part is getting them to duplicate what we do. Okay, and so as you get more production flowing through your agency, it will help you earn promotions. Okay, so you can earn promotions just on your own production, but then you can also earn promotions based on the structure of your agency. Okay, and that's how you get all the way up to the top level. And the way the overrides work is this. And by the way, guys, the Alliance didn't create overrides. This is an insurance standard. This is something that, every insurance company out there has it. We've just put it on steroids. And Andy Albright has figured out a way to maximize it for everybody's best opportunity. And so the way it works is this: it's just the difference between your contract and the person that you're working with contract. So if you go out there and you hire somebody, and they go out there and they write $5,000 in a week of business, okay, and you have a 10% spread on that business. 10% meaning maybe you're on a 70 contract and they're on a 60 contract, just the difference between the two contracts. That means you'll make about $5,000. So you make about $500 for business that the other person wrote. Now do the math on that. What if I had 20 guys out there doing that? What if I had 200 people out there doing that? Is there a limit to the opportunity? There's 330 million people in this country. You cannot saturate the marketplace. And we're doing our best to try, but we need help. And that's why we're talking to you today, because we know there's people out there who are going to get the virus before we can get to them. You're going to get into a car accident before we can get to them. And we take that seriously. We take that personally, that if we call up somebody who's requested coverage and we didn't get there in time. So that's why we're talking to you today, because we know we need help. And you know, you can start doing the math on the different variables that you can have, where you have where you hire somebody who hires a group of people, okay, and now you have an agency running $50,000 a month, and you're making a 10% spread on that agency. Now you're making $5,000 a month just on that one organization. Well, what if I had 5 organizations like that? Exactly. Okay. Well, what if they were doing $150,000 a month? Exactly. Okay. So the math, I don't want to get you lost and confused in the numbers. Just know it's about the most limited opportunity that I've ever seen in the business world. And I've been looking the last 28 years with Andy Albright, trying to find the best possible market to be in. And Andy has led us into this, and the last 18 years have just been a blast. And I want to talk to you and introduce you to a few people who are having success with us. Okay. Because, yeah, okay, great, Adam and Beth, having a nice life, all of that stuff. What about, can I do it? That's what everybody always wants to know. Can I do it? So let me introduce you to a few people who ask the same question and are doing the do. Okay. So Dan, can you unmute yourself? Dan Murdo from Myrtle Beach. We like.
Can you hear me?
The French Riviera of South Carolina.
French.
So Dan, if you would just tell us a little bit about your background and how you came to find us at the Alliance.
Sure. So yeah, my name is Dan Murdo. My wife Deanna and I are out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We have a 4-year-old son. And, first, I just wanted to thank you and Beth just for everything you guys have done for us, both professionally and personally, to be honest. You guys have changed our lives in ways that I don't think you even could comprehend. So thank you for that. So prior to the Alliance, we had a pizzeria in Myrtle Beach. And, we found out a couple things very quickly. First was we were completely alone. There was no structure, no guidance. Every problem was on us. Every issue, everything. And it's a sickening feeling, to be honest. There's a lot of dark days. There's a lot of, are we going to get out of this? Is the bank going to give us any more money? And eventually they stopped. And we also found out quickly too that our income was predetermined. It was capped. You found out that there was only a certain amount of pizzas we could make. There was only a certain amount of staff we could have in the kitchen. And, you had your max production and that was it. And, unless you're willing to invest another $100,000-$200,000 to open another restaurant, you're capped out. So once our son was born, we had some long conversations of, do we want the rest of our lives to be this? Do we want to go down this path and, quite frankly, waste another 5, 10, 15 years of our lives? So ultimately we decided to get out of it. And then I was just looking for something, that was December of 2017. And so I went on ZipRecruiter, Craigslist, everywhere, and just started looking for anyone that would take me, to be honest. I didn't want to do a restaurant job. I was thinking 9 to 5, I wanted to be home with my son. And knew nothing about insurance, but applied to the Adam Katz agency on, I think it was Craigslist, to be honest, and ended up speaking to Johnny Broadway up there and had a great conversation and came out to a hotspot and met you guys.
Awesome. And we are so glad that you did. We have had a blast getting to know you and Deanna and little Daniel. And just watching the evolution of your business as well. So Dan, you have you've taken this new normal and you have adapted to it very quickly. So we went from being purely selling the home, the whole purpose of the phone call was simply to find out when they were going to be home. And our philosophy was the shorter you are on the phone, the better. And now with the environment that we are in today of, social distancing and shelter in place and all of those things, which basically mean don't go to other people's houses is basically what it means. So we've had to adapt. And Andy Albright's put together some unbelievable training and phenomenal training on how to do it. And you went out just Monday. You started out. You was like, or was it yesterday?
It was yesterday. Yeah.
Yesterday, you said, you know what? I'm going to be on the front lines of figuring out this new system, and you had some success. So tell us about your day yesterday, and just getting started with this new program, and what it can mean, for a brand new person just getting started.
Sure. Yeah. So I mean, obviously it's new to everybody, and I was hesitant. I was worried. I didn't know how it was going to affect my business. But thank God for Andy and his leadership and just putting all these calls together and doing everything virtually. And really the Riddle team call that they did a couple of days ago is what gave me the confidence to at least try it. And, if all I have to do is try, I can do that, so I just started calling people and, started going straight to talking to them about, closing a sale, not really making an appointment, not trying to call them back later, just rolling right through it. And, took the mentality of, if these people had called Mutual of Omaha and spoke to a customer representative, how would that conversation go? And that's just my mentality. Very matter of fact, very, when you're asking for the banking information or the social information, just ask it. Don't be hesitant or sketchy, or don't give them any reason to doubt you. But obviously have your personality come through and just keep calling people. I'm still getting hung up on. I'm still getting people that don't want to talk about it or not interested or, want to wait
till
after. Tell us
about your numbers yesterday.
Yeah. Okay.
What did yesterday look like for you?
So yesterday I did 150 dials. I got 22 people who answered the phone. Of those 22 people, I guess I'll say gave a presentation to 10 of them, or, at least gave them quotes. It at least got that far to 10 of them, and ended up selling 3 of those, a total of 4 policies for about $2,800 premium.
Okay. So for those of you brand new, just kind of listen, what does all that mean? Here's what it means. It means, he spent time on the phone and he buzzed through. By the way, he wasn't cold calling people. He wasn't just pulling names out of thin air. He was calling off people who asked us to get them information. And $2,800 of production. If he were on a starting contract, like a brand new person would be, that means he'd make about $1,400, $1,400. That's for one day of work. Okay. Now he worked, which is what we're excited about. Chris Long, one of the leaders and one of Andy Riddle's, he was referencing the Riddle call. Chris Long is one of the top leaders in the Alliance. I loved what he said Sunday on that call. He said, now more than ever, work ethic is what wins the day. So if you ain't scared, as we like to say, and you got the work ethic, you can make magic happen. And a $1,400 commission day for basically a brand new style of working. How excited are you about where you're going to be 2 weeks from now when you really got confidence and you really got the system down and everything like that? So that's an exciting place to be. And Dan, just love working with you, and congratulations on everything. And, so excited about your future here with the Alliance. Tiffany Bibler, do we got you here? I can see you. I cannot hear you. Oh, there you are. Okay. So Tiffany, same question. How did you come to find the Alliance? And then we'll talk about some of the things that you've been accomplishing over the last, week to 10 days, because you have been a leader at the forefront of this new movement that we have here at the Alliance.
Oh, it's fun. It's fun. That's for sure. So hi, everybody. I'm Tiffany. My background, I was in restaurants and restaurant management, moved into that, into doing hair, because I thought, hey, if I do hair, I'll have more time with my kid. Right? No. And then met a gentleman, and we decided to go into business together. He did insurance, and I thought, oh, that could be fun. And so I went all in. We opened our own call center. We had agents all over the country, and we were trying to build something that almost was similar to the Alliance in some sense. We were working on our own software and all that kind of stuff. And Linda Goebel, my direct upline, is the person who hired me. She was in my same building, and we were almost competition, right? We were focused in Medicare, but we did life too. And we always hung out, talked Jesus, and she said, one day you're going to work for me. And I was like, not for me, but with me. And I was like, no, this is going here. Well, my business partner embezzled all the money from the company, and we wound up, I called Linda. I'm like, hey. She's like, oh, it's time. Met Andy Albright, the owner of the company, the CEO, very first time I was ever really introduced, and it was over from there. I fell in love with the company, with the heart and the people, and it's been the best experience of my life. I've had some ups and downs, and decided this year was my year, and just running full-fledged with some absolutely incredible people.
And you are running full-fledged. It's, I mean, obviously, you know, we're so sheltered here at the Alliance. We just think everybody operates with integrity. We think everybody operates above board, that everybody has the best interest of their people and their organization at heart, because that's all we've seen with Andy Albright. We've been in business with Andy and Jay now 28 years. Beth and I have 18 here at the Alliance, and you're not going to meet a man of higher integrity in dealing with people than what we've seen with Andy. And so, to hear stories like what you ran into with a business partner, it's just crazy. So you were absolutely one of the first adopters to this. Let's get busy on the phone, and let's see how big a mess we can make. One of the things we like to say to brand new people is that your job is to go out there and make a mess. We'll help you clean it up. And not that Tiffany's made a mess at all of this. She has just created such, she's just gone supersonic speed in terms of taking off with this. So last week, tell us your numbers from last week, and then let's start with your numbers from last week.
So last week I had 228 dials, 52 contacts, 24 appointments. Only got to talk to 15 of them. But the only generated 10 applications and $12,382 in premium that was submitted. So I was eight of those were phone appointments. So it was absolutely incredible. And we've had so many people talking on the back end through our social media in our company that we're just building each other up, right? So. I just figured that the phone is no different than the home. I care about the people just as much. I want to help the people just as much. And so and now I get to keep them safe, right? So we get to do our business even more hours because I don't have the drive time. So we get to help even more people. And at the same time, I get to stop and have lunch with my kiddos around the house and just enjoy life, right? It's the best quarantine possibility you could imagine. Amazing people like you that we get to talk to nonstop, and just it couldn't get any better than this. So.
And you were coming up with some new strategies as well on how to extend your day. What were some of the things you mentioned to me yesterday? Of, hey, if I get a license.
Yeah, I realized I kept typing in what time is it in Hawaii and Alaska, and I found out that they're like 4 and 5 hours behind us. And so I'm thinking, man, how awesome is this for not only me, but some of the people on my team they're like, I've got kids at home all day long. And I'm like, man, let's get our license here. And then we'll run leads there because we can generate leads anywhere in the country. That includes Hawaii and Alaska. and then we can help people at all hours of the night, right? So, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. I'm so excited about this. So,
it's crazy now more than ever. The limits have been taken off of us. What we saw as an adversity has actually become a stepping stone.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's real cool. So for those of you brand new trying to figure out, well, okay, so she did 12,000 last week. What does that mean? Well, on the low end, that means you're probably going to make on the low end $5,000 of commission for last week. That's if you're on the very starting contract and just following the basic numbers. And so you're not a 1 week wonder. What have you done so far? It's only Wednesday, so the week is not over yet. But what are you up to so far this week?
This week I'm at $6,401 and 7 applications. So. Okay.
And what's your goal? What's your goal for the rest of the week? Since where do you want to be by the end of the week? You did 12 last week. Are we trying to beat that, equal that?
By Sunday, I want to, I mean, why not 15? I don't have my kids are at dad's this weekend. We'll just let Alaska slip into there and, man, get some coffee and just hang out, right? Why not? So,
there you go. Now you mentioned kids. Tell us about your family.
Yeah, I have 2 boys of my own. That are 16, and my youngest just turned 12 today. But I'm married, and my incredible husband, between the 2 of us, we have 6 boys altogether, between the ages of 25 and 13. All boys, and they are just, they're just incredible. And 2 of them are on the stepping stones of getting into the business. So we're hoping. My husband just got his license. So those of you who are married, this is a family business. We call it the power of 11, right? Because 1 + 1 = 11. So it's so fun. So.
That's awesome. And we love Brandon. He's an incredible guy, very successful in business in his own right outside of what we do here at the Alliance. So great job, Tiffany. We're so proud of you and can't wait to continue to watch your business continue to grow and explode. All righty. Linda Goebel. Are we out there?
Yes.
Hello. So this is Linda Goebel, and we've been doing this for a hot minute now together, Beth and I, with Linda and her wonderful husband, Keith. And, you know, Linda has just become one of our best friends. We have traveled the world together with Linda and Keith. In fact, Linda, you could tell us all the different places we've been around the world together. And she just has a phenomenal organization. Tiffany is just one piece of her of the business that she runs, and Linda's also one of the top personal producers in the company, as well as somebody who's hit the agency manager level with us and is just growing a national business across the country. So, Linda, if you would just kind of tell us a little bit about your background, where you came from, and how you ended up coming to the Alliance.
Sure. Sounds good. How fun to be here. And I love this environment, this new work order, I guess we'll call it that. I'm Linda Goebel from Kansas City, the metro area. Tiff's on the other side of the metro. So it's good to see you, Tiffany. Nice. Since we're not meeting in the office. We are, Keith, my husband, and I, we've been with the Alliance for 7.5 years. He probably the first several years it was just my thing that I did. So I did sales, built a little bit of a team in the beginning, and about I'd say maybe almost 2 years ago now, maybe 1.5 years, Keith is just kind of partnered up right alongside of us. He's always been supportive, always been right there, but he has a full-time career outside of here. So now he has a full-time business side again, as well as he is still working. So he actually works from home all the time. So this is nothing new to him, except he's now got me in the house with him and my daughter, who is homeschooling from here. So it's he teases that now he's like the maintenance guy at his new office building, because he's fixing stuff and it's now his everybody's here. So we have before the Alliance, like I say, I've been here 7.5 years. Before the Alliance, I had been in Corporate America had actually came out of corporate America. I have a science degree, a chemistry degree. After the chemistry degree, I went into corporate America, went back, got my master's, just kind of looked around and thought, is this it? And so we started to do businesses. Started with some real non-intrusive businesses like a consulting company, and then we did a little software thing for hospitals. And then we thought we'd level up and actually put some brick and mortar out there. And we put some restaurants in place, a coffee shop, a couple restaurants, had a warehouse that serviced them, and then kind of had a national distribution of some of our key core products. So, and then after that, we did a third-party logistics company out of our warehouse. And I'm pointing all that out because that we did from 2005 through 2010. And so in those years was 2008. So this feels a little reminiscent, except this time. So we owned, at that time, our businesses were doing about $3.5 million in revenue. We had over 100 and some employees, had 5 physical entities. And in 2008, when the economy did what it did, when it crashed, it took us out, and it was a painful exit. So we lost most of our businesses. We laid off, like I say, at that time, about 100 employees, some, real key manager positions, executive staff, that kind of thing. So it not only hurt us, then it hurt people. And so now, when all of that was done, I bumped into the Alliance, a girlfriend of mine, looking at, bless you, Beth. A girlfriend of mine was looking at doing this, and she was going to attend a meeting and check this thing out. And I was just real hesitant for her. I was, I think that sounds real sketchy. So let me, as a very savvy business owner who has just lost 5 businesses, let me look at that for you. So I literally just started to research the company. I researched Andy Albright. I researched the Alliance. And I called her up and later that evening, and I said, hey, when is this meeting you're going to? Because I'm going to do that thing. And so that was it for me. So I appreciate it. Adam always says, if it's right, you'll see it, and then the other part is, if you have questions, just explore it more to get your questions answered. So anyway, I went to a meeting that was 7.5 years ago, and fast forward to now, I've been, like you said, Adam, all over the world with you and Beth. We've been to Paris, we've been to Hawaii, we snuck out to Normandy because we flew over early when we went to Paris, which was one of my favorite times. We have, where else? Canada, Lake Louise, Banff, Canada, that whole area, the Caribbean. So Alaska, almost, and then now we'll get there in a couple of years. But it's on the list. We got it. So anyway, it's been just an amazing time. Financially, it's been just wonderful for us. And now, when the economy is tumbling and people are laying people off, we actually have a business that I know is not risked, right? We're not over leveraged. We're not worried about it. I am not waking up I'm waking up excited about what I get to go do and what I can offer to other people. So I was just thinking about the difference between 2008's economic collapse and what we're dealing with now. And now I'm not one of the many people that are wounded by it and hurting others, right? Laying people off. I'm actually, we're thriving. We're doing great. We're increasing, numbers are up, and we're finding more people to help us do what we do. We're offering hope to people. So that's brings me to
Great. And so you kind of jumped on the phone kind of for the first time yesterday, taking the new normal and going out and just doing all telesales. And so tell us about your day yesterday.
Yeah, so last week I was running business, but I was trying to do it kind of more the traditional approach, right? Setting appointments, going out and seeing people. I did a couple of thousand last week in that, but I really only had like 4 or 5 actual appointments. And so I decided, better late than never. So let's get going. So But I wanted to point out a thing, because I've been doing this for 7 years this one way, right? Or, and we get better and we add stuff and we strategize. So I'm not saying not improving all that time, but definitely not such a paradigm shift. And I'm looking at, so when this all started, I was just, well, I'll just, I'll work with my clients that'll meet me. And so over the weekend, and it just certainly watching all the activity of people just jumping on and going for it phone wise, and all the expanded hours we get now. I mean, we can start in the morning. My last appointment last night was 10 o'clock. I finished. I called them at 9:30, which I never would have done in the old days. And I'm with Tiff. We're going to go to Hawaii and go work out there when everybody else is sleeping. But so yesterday was kind of, I would say, my first day of just, okay, let's do this phone style. I had 6 actual appointments, and that was from calling people right then. One of them I reset for later that day. Couple, back and forth. But I 6 appointments, helped 4 families for 5 apps for $3,700 just yesterday. And so
that's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, well, we'll do that again today. And so already today, I'm looking at helping at least 2 of the people that I've chatted with this morning. And they're a little bit iterative, right? So she's going to go call her insurance that she has, because she wanted to understand the cash value inside of it. So she calls me back, and then I'm like, did you ask them this? She's like, no. And so she's calling them back. I'm like, this is great. You're doing all my work for me. So I say, you get back to me when you're ready. So we just have, so it's just been fun. It's been very different. I was hesitant, but I just jump in, And if you're new with us, or old with us, treat this as just new, and let's learn it together. And don't miss the learning curve, be with the people, because as they're coming at you with sales training and conversations like this, if you're not doing anything, none of it's going to mean as much. But if you're in making the calls and making the dials, and then you watch someone train on it, you're like, oh, I'm going to use that, or oh, that's what I was seeing. And if you miss this learning curve, it'll be hard to catch up, but it'll also just be not as fun to catch up. So.
Right. And so $3,700 of production yesterday. Never left your house. Straight, just working from home. Again, and Linda's been with us, she's been very successful. She's not on a starting contract. But if she were, that'd still be about $1,500, close to $2,000 of commissions for one day. And Linda, just to let everybody know, you've had a lot of success with us here at the Alliance, multiple six-figure income earner year after year after year after year. And what's been your best week? Just to give people an idea, your best week of commission since you've been with the Alliance.
This week. No, I'm kidding. I think it might, though. I think the biggest deposited week we've ever done was $18,000 in 1 week in the bank.
Wow.
So that's earning more because, the math, et cetera. But it's, I was thinking like my biggest, we were talking about, so that's like with team as well. I think the most override commission I've done in a week with just from, the team activity has probably been right at about $5,000 a week. So that's
$5,000 of what we call passive income, because you weren't the one making the sales. So, if you put that all together, how about if you get your $18,000 for your personal plus the $5,000 on the team, and all of a sudden, what are we looking at? That's a 7-figure income run rate. And so you've seen it. Now it's just putting it together week after week after week. And guys, that's what the opportunity is. Linda, we are so proud of you. We have loved doing life with you and Keith. And that's what we're really doing, guys. We're just looking for people to do life with around the world. As we wrap this up, Beth, closing comments?
I tell you, the excitement that I'm seeing across the Alliance right now is reminiscent of the first days when we discovered that insurance companies pay us real money. And so there is just an excitement, an anticipation, a wonder of what can your life be like if you just go to work. If you'll lock arms with people who are succeeding, if you'll ask questions, if you'll say, I don't know what I'm doing, but by gosh, if you'll show me, I can copy, and then go do it. I think we're going to see record stories, record life changing, and why not let it be you?
Absolutely. Guys, we are so thankful, to God for the blessings that we have, the lifestyle that we have. We know where the blessings come from, and so in awe of Andy Albright's leadership, the way he is steering this ship through this time period, and has put us in a position, like Linda was talking about, when in 2008 the economy collapsed and businesses collapsed with it. And right now the economy, unfortunately for a lot of industries, is collapsing, but the Alliance is not following suit. We are actually thriving, and it's because of Andy Albright's innovation and his leadership that we are in that position, and we are so excited about the future. More excited today than, I don't know, we were pretty excited back in 2002 when we started the company and the possibilities of it. But knowing the history of the company and where we can go, we're even more excited today. And so if this made some sense to you, if this is your first time kind of checking us out, ask the person who invited you onto the call to get a copy of the new agent guide. It's something we can email you virtually. And it'll go through the company. It'll talk about the factoring of the products, and it'll have our sexy centerfold is our promotion guidelines and how the money works, and it talks about the trips. We're going to Thailand next year. For anybody who wants to go to Thailand, all expense paid for you and a guest. But talk to the person who invited you onto this call. Get your questions answered. Obviously, it'd be crazy to explain every little detail of a $100 million company in an hour. So we want to answer those nitty-gritty details. This was just meant to kind of give you broad strokes of who we are and what we do, introduce you to some people having some tremendous success with us, following the new system as well. And then the other thing I'd recommend is this. Andy Albright, he is running these virtual hotspots multiple times a day, because we're growing at such a rapid rate, and we don't want to slow anybody down. Mike and Noel Leventovich will be talking at 7 o'clock tonight, going through the business overview, similar, same material, but with their personality and with their teammates. And so what I would recommend is this. If you're interested and you want to grow fast, not only get your questions answered, but plug back in at 7 o'clock to Mike and Noel, and have a couple new people plugging in to listen to Mike and Noel explain the business opportunity as well. So, guys, we are, and then at 10 o'clock tonight, we have Kelly Haney as well, kind of representing West Coast interests as well. So we don't want to leave California out by just doing weird time for them. But guys, we've been honored to be able to share with you guys today, and just so excited to be part of the Alliance family, and look forward to meeting you across the country as we travel the world together. So thank you, guys. Be safe out there. Stay safe, social distance, and we'll see you at 7 o'clock tonight with Mike and Noel. Take care.